So, I've been watching A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. Great show. But it made me want to talk about medieval knighthood, so let's go. Now, first off, I'm not going to explain to you what a knight is. You know what a knight is. First off, to become a knight, did you have to be noble? Generally, yes. Like, there are stories of commoners getting knighted for bravery, but these are exceptions to the rule rather than the rule itself. It also depends on the time period, like the 13th century onwards, basically, yes. And what the world of Westeros does is it kind of merges the position of page and squire together. What was the difference? Page was generally younger, like 7 to 13-ish. And what did they do? They did domestic stuff. They were errand boys, they delivered messages, they did the cleaning. They would also learn the etiquette of the court, courtly manners, courtly dances. But eventually a page would become a squire. And a squire was generally the shield bearer to a knight. They looked after a knight's horse, they maintained the armor, they maintained weapons, and a squire would serve their knight in war and tournaments. They'd help a knight get into their armor because that was a two-man job. And eventually the squire, after years of training, would become a knight themselves. In the early days, this was much more simple. Like in the early medieval period, a lord would just go, "All right, I need some knights. Yep, you'll do. Tap, tap, let's go." It's about like the 12th and 13th century, there was a whole ceremony. Like there was a vigil, and then the priest would say some holy words about, your duty. And then the lord would reiterate this by tapping you on the shoulders with a sword. Then put on your weapons, and you were a knight. Congratulations. Welcome to the world of knightly obligation. Because like with all things feudal, there is obligation. You get elevated status, you have to do military service to your liege. You also have to enforce your liege's laws. You also have to manage your own lands. There was a lot of responsibilities that came with knighthood, a lot of them financial. But if you were a successful knight, you managed to double your lands and have a nice, quiet death. But more often than not, you died in a ditch, a tournament, or of disease.